Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DotaPit League. Season number 3, our second game of the day. Alliance versus Vega Squadron here. This 2-game series well underway. We wouldn't have it any other way, guys. Thanks so much for joining us here on DotaPit. My name is Maud. Joining me today, of course, our production manager, Pitmuckle. And with us today is Trouf co-casting. Trouf, how the hell are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. That was a pretty damn good game one. Couldn't ask for much more. Other than, of course, the pauses from, good old Year Beast. It was actually a pretty damn good game. Lots of action from start to finish. It ended in a really nice fashion with a good old team fight at the end there, which I thought was, it was starting to go in the way of Alliance with all these team fights, but a very, hasty buyback from the Draw Ranger kind of sealed the deal there for Alliance, or for Vega. So nicely done.
It felt like Vega actually went the hard way with that game. They had a 14K lead at about 30 minutes into the game. It took them 20 to 30 more minutes to finish the game off, so they certainly had to work for it. But in the end, they were able to take out the victory here. And Alliance, a good game for them, but just not enough in terms of able to get that kill. They had a pretty good early game, and then Nico was not able to transition into that blink ticker fast enough on the Bat Rider. They're going to go for it again, and they go for the Lone Druid. Oh, Admiral Bulldog, rest in peace, my friend. You are not here, but they do have the Lone Druid for Alliance, and that is quite exciting.
Yeah, it's thought of as being a counter to the Juggernaut, and I understand the whole idea behind it. They're basically two tanky heroes, right? With the Lone Druid himself in his ulti form and the bear, so it kind of makes the Juggernaut's ulti somewhat useless. The only problem I have with that though is that they let the Vengeful Spirit go through as well. It was the first overall jug pick from Vega, which is funny because Alliance did it last time, like you mentioned. So they pick it up this time, but with the Vengeful Spirit having the extra damage from the aura, not to mention the negative armor, which is 6 armor negated from Wave of Terror, it's going to make the Lone Druid feel a lot less tanky than he would otherwise normally be. So that's the only problem I have with this. They also have Vengeful Swap to swap out from a potential lasso if the Venge is on point. The Venomancer, no doubt about it, is very, very good against Juggernaut. Like the Gale will stick through past the spin coming out. And just the ultimate being able to pierce through magic immunity is still very, very strong. It's one of the best heroes against Juggernaut. Heroes like Venomancer, a hero like Viper is quite good against Juggernaut as well. But if I'm playing Juggernaut, I hate playing against Venomancer. So that's a definite counter pick. Lone Druid, like I mentioned, to some extent is as well. But yeah, because of the Vengeful Spirit, I'm not quite sure how good it'll be. I'll have to wait and see.
I actually just hate playing against the Venomancer in general, man. That hero is annoying as hell.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That hero is not fun to play against.
It's not fun to play with either.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's like, hit your Gales, please. No? Okay, well, I guess we lost. Brewmaster does come out for Vega Squadron. That's pretty good.
Like, you can pull a Milk on Venomancer and still be doing your job, basically. Like,
20 deaths, man.
Feeding all the time, but as long as you throw up a bunch of wards and cast an ultimate before you die, you've basically done your job. Yeah. It's not a fun hero to play.
Yeah, that's a very good point. 20 deaths, dude. I mean, I love Milk, but that's rough. That can be rough sometimes. Folks, while we've got a second here, how about checking out the Twitch Season Pass? $6.99, a one-time purchase here on Twitch. Of course, you'll get a lot. Of course, it benefits the prize pool. Some of the money, the proceeds will go there. Also goes to HighGroundTV to a certain extent. You get some Twitch emotes, which are great as well. Ad-free as always. I highly recommend checking it out. But as the draft continues onward here, Brewmaster picked up for Vega Squadron. No one is quite the Brew player. They also played in the offlane occasionally, but mostly it's used for no one in the mid lane. Alliance go for the Zeus, though. It's the strangest team I've ever seen for Alliance. This is like a bunch of offlaners, like a bunch of mid laners. They just throw them all together and say, okay, we're going to make this work. Let's go.
Well, they don't have any stuns right now, like any reliable stuns or the Juggernaut. So it's basically we have to kill him in a Gale or a lasso, and then burst him down with Zeus. I'm wondering, though, if Zeus is going to be mid or support. I don't know. Like, probably Venomancer support now, I would guess. I don't know, man. Bat Rider offlane, Lone Druid farming with the Venomancer maybe, and maybe Lone Druid transition to the jungle, and then lets Venomancer take over. I'm not quite sure. I just think Zeus is a great support, don't get me wrong, but I think Zeus, with levels early on, especially just being able to have a global presence quicker with the ultimate, is, in my opinion, much better than support. So that's why when I see this, I'm thinking maybe Venomancer support more likely. But yeah, very weird draft coming out from Alliance. I liked the first idea of Venomancer into Jug. I thought it was a little bit weird giving up the Vengeful Spirit, especially when you're going to pick up a Bat Rider. That's a little bit strange to me, but the rest of it, I'm not sold on. Like I said, Lone Druid traditionally thought of as a good hero against Juggernaut. Not going to be as tanky with the Vengeful Spirit, you know, coupling up with the Juggernaut, and then the Zeus pick. I don't know. I'm curious to see how this works, because once that Brewmaster, if he gets a good time and has an early blink, he's going to be able to throw up the Lone Druid Bear. He's going to be able to go in the Zeus, and Zeus can't do anything.
And they just have no way to lock these heroes down. It's not like they can Sonic Brewmaster. Besides the last set, they can't really, like, you know, stop him from ulting. He's going to get his ult off 90% of the fights, I feel like, which is a big issue.
Exactly. And look at the rest of their draft. Like, what do they pick to really lock him down? Rubik, maybe?
Yeah, but...
Rubik might not be bad, but it's kind of a weird pairing of supports, too, whether it's Rubik Zeus or Rubik Venomancer. So, I don't know. Maybe some kind of melee hero that can possibly be tanky too, like a Wraith King, but that's not a very reliable stun. I mean, it's a reliable stun, but it's slow. Very easy to disjoint. It doesn't do all that much burst damage. It does a little bit of tapering slow damage, but it's not the highest in a deep spell.
Well,
so
I think Line, man. Line's available here. If you're, I don't know if you need to support though, or like, this is like such a strange game. I just don't know who's going where, who's doing what.
Yeah, I mean, Zeus Venomancer as a support duo is very weird too. So
yeah, you don't want to do that. I guess
it's a very strange draft coming out from Alliance, I will say.
Maybe a strat they've practiced a bit. I mean, Line has not been touched, and it is the 5th pick. It has not been banned out, and they go for the Enigma.
Well, that will help with lockdown for sure. The only problem is you have one of the best counters in the game to Enigma, which is the Venge swap. So Venge has good levels. He's going to be able to swap out from Bat Rider Lasso. He's going to be able to swap out the Enigma. And until Enigma gets BKB, you can also cancel that with Witch Doctor Cask. You can also cancel it no matter what with the Juggernaut too. Although it can be a little more tricky with the range nerf to 450, but he can still do it if Enigma's facing the right way. So you have a couple of things going against you for Enigma in this game, mainly the Vengeful Spirit swap. So very, very interesting draft for Alliance. Very push heavy with Lone Druid, Enigma, and Venomancer. But yeah, I'm curious to see if they go Venom support or Zeus support too.
Here's how this game is going to work for Alliance. If they win this game, we're going to call them geniuses for this draft. If they lose this game, we're going to be like, what? It's just such a weird draft, man. Like, what? Never see this. Like, late game potential is a Lone Druid, who's, I mean, okay, I guess. They have some initiation with the Lasso. They have Lockdown, like you talked about with the Black Hole. They have okay team fight. They have a Zeus Ult. I guess they do have a lot of team fight. You have Zeus Ult, you have Bat Rider Lasso, you have Poison Nova, you have Black Hole. That's not bad. But, like, Vega have a lot to work with. They have right click, they have team fight, they have split, they have cask, they have swap, they have wave. They have everything to work with. Like, if you look at Vega Squadron, these are the heroes that are picked up a lot, maybe with the exception of the Wind Ranger, but it seems more solid and comprehensible than Alliance's draft is. But Alliance's draft might be amazing. We'll have to wait and see how it goes.
Yeah, keep in mind, I'm not totally sold on Vega's lineup either. I really like the initial Jug Venge and Brewmaster. I really like that. Thought it was really strong. Witch Doctor is actually really good against Lone Druid, though. Like, oftentimes the Lone Druid and his bear will be clumped up to each other, and it's a very easy opportunity to get tons of casks off, or cask bounces off. Also, Wind Ranger against Lone Druid, too. I can't tell you how many times I've seen the Shackle Shot hit both the bear and the hero himself, just because of the way that they walk together. So it seems like both teams are working on countering each other's other heroes out, rather than going with a game plan. Where it's like, you know, started out with a Jug pick. All right, let's counter that with Venomancer. All right, let's counter the let's counter the Bat Rider with a swap from the Vengeful Spirit. It just kind of keeps going back and forth and back and forth. So interested to see how each of these teams work out. And you're right, it's not going to be a no one on the Brewmaster. It's going to be Nineposh, who was their line. Wait, no, he was their Clockwork last game.
He was the Clock, yeah. It is the Offlane Brew. And no one plays. So, if you guys don't know anything about No One, they primarily play him as the Wind Ranger when they have a Drow Ranger in the lineup, but Wind Ranger alone, played by him, is actually super impressive. He's made some ridiculous plays on this hero without the help of Drow. His right click is absurd. And at the beginning of the game, Arzik even says, Ukrainian Sumail AFK at the moment because he has not picked his hero yet, but he calls him the Ukrainian Sumail. There's high praise coming from his teammate, but...
Hyping up his own teammate. That's good. Good stuff.
This guy's good. I'll give you that much, though. Like,
I mean, he's good, but he got owned by a Warlock, which he Like I said, it was even. They were on an even keel in the first couple of waves. It wasn't like he was getting dominated.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh wow, it's kind of snowballed. Nope, they were pretty much even in CS, and he got straight up owned by Pycat.
Guys, if you're just joining us, this is of course DotaPit Season 3. We have a new production manager rolling the camera as well as the stream in general and Pitmunkle. If you'd like to tweet at Dota, well, actually it's hashtag DotaPit. Your tweets may show up on screen. I don't know how that works. I just know that it happens occasionally. Check it out.
That's magic.
It is magic. He says it's magic. It's magic. It's definitely magic. Also, what else do we got? The compendium in the Dota store, $9.99. Definitely worth it. Pretty funny compendium. Shoutouts to Cyborg Matt and McCormick for getting that done. Big shout out to Twitch for adding the Twitch season ticket. So, DotaPit Season 3, we got a lot of goodies for you. A lot of different items, cosmetics if you're an in-game fan. A lot of different production value on stream if you're watching through the stream. We got everything covered for you guys. Great. It's beautiful. We have a pause, though. That's not beautiful. Apparently, no one's AFK for whatever reason, but...
No one's AFK. Let's just go, because no one's AFK. I mean, you got to come up with something, I guess.
I mean, this is where we're struggling because we don't have Mont Packs, which is our joke master. We miss you, buddy.
Joke master.
Hey, man. His jokes are our top tier. What would we do without him? Answer is I don't really know. He's not here anymore. Today, he's actually stuck. He's snowed in at a cottage, I believe, somewhere in Canada. I don't know how that happens, but it did.
Do you have snow up there in the Northeast?
Dude, there's like 8 feet of snow outside my... Well, not 8, but there's like 5 feet of snow outside my house.
Oh my
Actually
god.
ridiculous. You walk out and snow's like chest high. Actually neck high.
Oh my god, are you serious?
I'm not kidding.
Dude, I'm so happy I don't live in the Northeast. I used to live in the Midwest, and it was bad, but probably not as bad.
All right, also, let me add, not only is there snow, went out this morning to buy coffee. Minus 10 degrees plus wind chill.
Ugh.
I thought I was going to die.
Oh my god.
My car barely started up.
It's like already getting warmer here in the Northwest. Like, it's great. Dude,
Okay,
you gotta come
buddy.
out and live in the Northwest. It's so nice up here.
You know, I would like to live in a place there isn't any snow at all ever, but sometimes you just gotta deal with the hands that you're dealt with, so
Yeah.
it's not fun sometimes. That's all right.
Do you have a good car for the snow?
No.
No?
I have a Mazda 3, which is a standard 4-door sedan that has like no real features on it whatsoever. No all-wheel
Oh, boy.
drive. It's not good. You need an
Well-
SUV to get around here, and I just don't have one. I mean, the good thing is that the land is flat, so that's not that big of a deal. You just have to drive really
Okay.
slow.
Yeah. That is good. 'Cause if it ever snows in Seattle, where it's super hilly, they just close off all the roads. Like you'll just see roads closed off. But usually it doesn't snow in Seattle. It just rains.
I've heard it's worse actually in Boston because they've gotten so much more snow than we have. I'm pretty sure the snow is higher there than it is here. To me, but-
God. I have never been to Boston. I've always wanted to go actually. Ever since I saw
Nice
Good Will
city.
Hunting.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I love that movie actually.
I get into this mode where like I'll watch movies or listen to songs that I really like, and I watch them or listen to them over and over and over. So like
Well, yeah, that's
In
just the
college-
general nature of things.
in college, I probably watched Good Will Hunting every single night for like a month straight. I'm not kidding, man. I was obsessed with that movie.
That's maybe a little too much. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
one to
weird.
talk about it.
I'm weird, man, but I really like that movie.
Good movie. Not my favorite movie. Chat, what's up? Yeah, we still have. This is long. Watching Dota. Also, by the way, we were supposed to have Team Tinker or Water Boys play today. Their first game against Asus Polar. That's going to get rescheduled. We actually have one series after this. Fire versus British Pro. That'll be a fun series to watch. And then after that's done, later on tonight, we have one game for Dota 2 Canada Cup. I'll be casting that. Other than that, nothing really going on right now.
Yep. So I don't think this is a lag thing, right? This is just players.
No one being AFK.
All right, well, Pycat's back. All right, come on, no one. You are in a match, buddy. Let's go.
5 minutes apparently. Unfortunately, it didn't give us any reason why. It was actually funny when Yerby's first came out. We had 2 games scheduled for a different tournament, and I was like ready to cast them. And the game was supposed to start at 6:30 Eastern, and then Yerby's hit, and then what does that mean? Voice activation. Whoa, Pitmunkle.
It was just cutting in and
All right, I don't know what happened then. I guess that's on me. I guess it's fine now.
It's okay.
Yeah, it sounds better now.
Guys. Anyways, I was telling a story. I'm just not going to tell it anymore.
No,
I'm just gonna abandon that story.
Let's go.
Do it.
All right, okay. So, Greg and I were supposed to cast this tournament, and it ended up starting 2.5 hours later. We weren't even sure it was going to start. We honestly thought all the games were going to get rescheduled. We rescheduled the 2 games that were scheduled after the first game, and then we were waiting for the first game to get played. Meantime, that was happening. I threw up an emulator. I started playing Super Metroid for like 2.5 hours. Started drinking. Greg and I both started drinking, and we had a great game with Union versus Isurus, and that was a lot of fun. And we just, this is the best cast we've had. But then Yearbeast just destroyed everything, and we barely finished the game because of it. So Yearbeast has already caused a lot of problems for a lot of the casters. Like, I know a lot of tournaments. Like, I've talked to Coddle Guy. He's done a lot of different tournaments that have been screwed up, and like he's been casting remotely, and he just can't get these tournaments done because Yearbeast. So that's not the issue right now, but that might be an issue in this game, like it was last game.
Yeah. Well, finally their mid laner is back. My God. Don't know what he was doing, but he's finally back. So he'll be on the Wind Ranger, Wind Runner. Fuck it, Wind Runner, and it's gonna be. Is this gonna be an aggressive tri-lane here coming out from Vega?
Certainly looks like it.
And it's gonna be 9 Posh solo bottom for the Brew against. It's actually gonna be Loda, at least setting up shop here in the bottom lane for now. Has an interesting smorgasbord of items on his bear, Stout Shield, and a Ring of Protection. Maybe that's for a fast Basilius.
There's a lot of defensive capability the Spirit Bear has. He's going to try to pull the creep wave, I believe. Spirit Bear quickly. Which, by the way, this Spirit Bear is amazing looking. I love this thing. The red bear.
But if he's... Yeah, no, it's good. But if he's going off lane, where are the other people going? So it's going to be Boots first on Ake. Most of the war... Or I'm assuming everything was purchased by the Enigma. So this is going to be a very poor Enigma. At least for the early stages of the game. I'm never a fan of that, by the way. I think that when you're prioritizing Enigma, I personally like seeing the other support buy more of the items and then just getting your Enigma tons of farm and a very fast mech. But because of this, he's starting off with 0 gold, at least like any additional items, and it's going to be late farming for him. So top bounty rune will probably be secured. Yep, by Vega.
I think the Alliance are letting this the way they are because they think that there might be an aggro tri-lane coming. They have the Nikwa Batrider top lane, safe lane. They're probably going to have Ake bottom with Loda. So I think this is a really smart play from Alliance. I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. So Loda and Ake both bottom against 9 Posh. He takes a little bit of a right-click harass from the Poison Sting as well, but he's fine. He's very tanky. But aggro tri-lane can absolutely decimate Nikwa if he's not careful. Mid-matchup should be very interesting, though, between Owen and Pycat.
Yeah, the one thing that's good about this is that it's going to be very difficult to get this kill on the Batrider. But Batrider's safe lane, it's not a hero, or it's not a position where he can really utilize Firefly as effectively as if he was like in the off lane. He's getting that sticky napalm first, which is very annoying. 3 stacks up onto them. But obviously with no Firefly, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So Venge is trying to do his best to annoy this Enigma, and he's doing that. Eidolons are actually all almost dead, and he's wasting his precious farm time. So, not going to be the. Oh, he actually, yeah.
Did he get this courier? Is he to get this courier?
He got
the courier. Oh, it's so worth it if he dies here. I think. Yeah, he's dead. First blood for Pycat. Is that worth it actually?
I don't know. He already got his. If he didn't get his blood, I would say it's worth it, but I don't think it is actually.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm Pycat, I'm like, alright, whatever. I can maybe get a lucky rune, or at least one of the runes, and be fine. I'm not entirely sure if that's worth it, because
I mean, they get some extra gold going the way of Vega, but they're going to rotate the Venge down bottom, actually. 9 Posh is like, I might need some help here. I have 0 CS. He's even going to get galed. They're maybe magic missiling the bear. The bear is thinking about diving. He's very tanky with a Ring of Prot and a Stout Shield. They really can't do much to harass these guys. This is a very good laning setup from Alliance so far. And they're off to a fast start. In fact, they're going to get a bottom rune for Pycat. Mid lane is going pretty well for no one, all things considered. But bottom lane is really where the action's happening. They're actually going to Gale RZ. Is he going to die twice in the span of 2 minutes? Oh,
It's a lot of slow onto him. He's got 140 movement speed because of this Orb of Venom onto him with the Gale. But the Gale does no damage.
Trying to magic missile, but he just can't get close enough because of the Orb of Venom, because of the Poison Sting, like you were talking about. They're not ever in position to go for this. And they have no regen. 9Posh just like 3 tangos left, but that's going to take a while for him to get back up to a point where he can just sit in lane and farm. Like, it's very dangerous for him to sit here, especially when Loda gets his 3rd level of Spirit Bear with Entangling Claws. At that point, it's very scary.
Yeah, Bruce also missing a lot of CS too, which is
Ooh,
pretty big deal. There comes the mid lane.
Tackle shot's available. He's not going to use it. He's actually low. Lightning Bolt doesn't have the mana for it. He's able to bottle up, but no one going a bit too hard, I think. Meanwhile, they're going to Blade Fury on Neek. Well, Maldic does go. He's stuck by creep. If Seema gets a right click, he gets the kill, but I don't think it's going to happen. And it looks like Neek will survive just fine. So, I mean, a lot of action. No kills happening except for that weird mid lane situation. Whatever you want to call it. Back to farming for the most part.
Yeah. The big thing, though, is that this Panda is like not getting very much CS. Which is very bad. I don't actually think this is a bad lane setup for them, really. Like, I don't think that, like, the slows are very annoying in this lane, but their damage potential is not that high until you get more levels into the Gale or Poison Sting. But I imagine Akka is probably going to get level into wards, yeah. So it's an annoying lane, but it doesn't do too much damage until you get, like, once you get level 5 on the bear, that all changes, though. One entangle and pretty much one of these heroes dies instantly.
Yeah,
well, not instantly,
the claws are going to be so huge. But
yeah.
he's a couple levels away from those, but right now Vega are just kind of resigned to farming the jungle together. I'll get that last CS. Yeah, you got it, Arzeek. That was kind of awkward. Pycat's rotated bottom with Ake nearby, and they're going to try to go for this rune. He does pick up the invis, and he's fine. 9Posh has to throw out a casual Thunderclap, and they're actually, I think Arzeek is dead. Lightning Bolt and the right click from Ake. I think they wanted to give that kill to Pycat with the Lightning Bolt, but mistimed it a bit, so.
You know, if they didn't do for that creep, that actually would have been a lot different, because if they were there far before the Zeus was able to get that invis rune, I think they, one, either had the potential to kill him, or two, Zeus doesn't get the extra mana and doesn't have the opportunity to get the kill on Avenge, so it actually kind of made a difference there, that they were wasting a lot of time trying to get that last hit on that, onto that, whatever it was, boar or whatever.
The small wolf, I think.
Yeah, the wolf, of course, yeah.
Nick was going to get cast, but he's fine. In fact, he actually might turn on to Seema. Seema's turn rate is so slow that he's like, all right, I need to leave. Phase Boots done for the bear, for Loda. So now the bear has got Entangling Claws, he's got Phase Boots. You got to be careful. Arzeek, if he gets entangled, he's dead. Magic Missile, oh, they want this bear. They're going to get the clap off. Is he going to die? The Poison Sting, it's so close. He's got 50 HP. He's going to survive. Oh, that would have been 300 gold. He'll actually resummon the bear. It's going to walk right back in. The Entangling Claws go, and Posh, you are donezo. Goodbye, my friend. The RNG. And that's it. That's an easy kill coming out for Vega, or for Alliance, excuse me.
Yeah, like I said, the Entangle's pretty much a sure kill. And with the extra damage and mobility from Phase Boots early on, it's a little bit easier to get it. I remember once, one of my first games soloing against a player, some might remember, his name was Yoda from Dota 1. I remember soloing him as Syllabear, and I was like, you're so lucky with these Entangle procs. And he's like, when you play correctly, it seems like you get more Entangle procs. I don't know if that's true, but who knows? I'm sure Loda will claim it.
Ice Frog benefits you with good play, and you get more tangles because of it. Ice Frog, please.
He's like, when you play correctly, it seems like you root a lot more. And I don't know if that's total bullshit.
That's sound reasoning. I'll give it to him, but whether or not that's true, do a formal investigation.
I mean, that was just like he resummoned his bear and he got the first auto attack off and entangled.
Is this Observer Ward? Oh my god, this Observer Ward mid lane is a centimeter out of range of this sentry. Gotta be kidding me.
Oh, that sucks.
It also looks like it's in range if you look at it from a certain angle, but it's just not.
Yeah, that's too bad. And the worst part too is if Zeus ever bolts in mid lane for like damage or something, he's gonna notice that this this fresh ward was placed. That's a very curious ward too, like specifically against a Zeus, because he can always check it out with the true sight given from his lightning bolt.
You have to imagine he'll throw out a lightning bolt casually to do some harassing in this
Sure.
middle lane. I don't see why they would put that ward down, and you're absolutely right.
Yeah, you want to
Bottom
place it
lane?
on more promiscuous spots. Yeah, bottom lane, they could easily die if he's only level 5.
They have black hole. And no split for the Brewmaster. They're not really in any threatening position. I mean, Vega have to rotate a lot of heroes if they want to defend this. Broken Haze comes out. There's going to be the Midnight Pulse. They're going to TP in a hero. There's going to be no one. He takes a lot of damage already. Magic Missile, Shackle Shot's going to fly. There's no Power Shot yet. Clap's going to go. It's going to hit the cask as well. They'll get the kill onto Enigma, but he gets the hole off. He will get the hole off. He does get one kill. Zeusult goes as well. Ake getting chased down by Tron. Ake probably falls here to the right click. Oh, that ward block. Oh, are you kidding me? Is he going to live? No. Tron was able to phase through it. That was almost amazing, but it does waste time, and Arzika is going to fall because of it. It's actually... Wait, did he live? Did Ake live?
He did.
Ake lived? Are you serious? Unbelievable.
He lived.
All right,
Yep.
okay. I don't know what's happening anymore.
I mean, he really didn't want to use that ulti. He actually hasn't even... Okay, there he skilled it up. He had 10 stick charges. He could have just sticked and ulted, but... Didn't expect to be outplayed by the single ward from Venomancer. His phase boots weren't up just yet, and Ake just outplays him right there and gets out scot-free.
That's kind of one of those situations you expect the hero to die. I thought he was dead for sure when he was able to phase through, and then his TP completed, and I thought he was just dead. Blows my mind. Big ward placement. Could use the Omni Slash like you were saying, but not able to. And Vega actually just come out super far behind in that fight. And
Ooh,
there's
nice
a shackle
mid.
shot coming onto Pycat. Magic Missile's gonna go. He's gonna fall. No one gets finally a decent shackle to work with here and gets the kill. Rotation bottom. They're gonna find out a hero. It's gonna be Ake. Tron gets the kill with Omni Slash, but he's getting chased down. Oh, the first hit
Look at this.
tangle.
He's played so well.
It's all he's outplaying him, man. He's outplaying him.
He's playing so well right now that he's just getting gifted with all these entangles.
Exactly. They're going to take the tower. They're going to Drunken Haze. Might get denied. Nope. They're going to throw up the Malefice there. And the Maledict, rather. Oh, the Shackle shot onto two. The Bruce split. Death Ward. Cyclone is up. The Bear is dead. Matt is going to fall as well. This is the turnaround fight that Vega needed. Double kill for no one. Now the cast flying onto Nikwa as well. Rather the boulder. And they're actually going to throw him up in the air. Gale misses undenied Posh. No one has a Shackle shot. Nikwa's going to try to avoid it. Gets the last swap. Doing some damage here, pulling him to the low ground. Lightning Bolt, Zeusult. Nightpie's gonna fall to the right click as well. The Arc Lightning getting the kill. Nice turnaround fight from Alliance. Nick with a big lasso. Pycat with a big rotation. And they get two.
They should have just backed up. It would have been a totally clean exchange for them if they back up. They actually lose 2 cores in the end there. Oh man, that could have been amazing for them, but just got way too greedy trying to get the third kill there onto the bat. And there's the Midas up for Loda. Pretty damn good timing considering he already had the phase boots. So that's going to be very, very good for him. Does he dare go double Midas? Bear? Oh, he doesn't get that first hit route. That would have been insane. Of course, Juggernaut doesn't.
He wasn't playing well enough for that one.
No, definitely wasn't playing well enough, so he's got to step up his game.
Loda, I actually haven't seen a double Midas ever on Lone Druid. I don't know what the stats are on that. We don't have mount packs around either, so it's been unfortunate, but maybe I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Actually, I don't know how you look up double Midas on a Lone Druid. I don't know what you actually look for in terms of parameters, but
Yeah, I mean it's probably awful, but it's just because it's available. I just wanted to throw it out there. I mean, you gain a lot of levels. I'll say that. You don't do much with it.
that's just... I kind of want to see it just because, why not? You know, it's part of the interest, but they're going to smoke up. Loda, Wave of Tear, did they see him? I think they noticed, but they couldn't get the swap off. And so Loda just backs up. Swap still could go. We got to bring him in. Magic Missile onto the bear. No! That is not the right target to go for, Arzik. That is a problem. They had Omni Slash. They could have gotten that kill. Maybe actually probably would have split to the bear. Piket's going to walk in. Zeusult, Arzik is dead as hell. The Lightning Bolt coming out. What was a tried gank onto Loda turns into a failed gank and a turnaround kill.
I don't even think they go for that, even if he stuns the bear or stuns the actual hero. I think that was just not an opportunity that they had really. Ake is gonna get maybe gone. Oh, I hear a bat lasso up.
Yeah, Seema's dead. Nick was is gonna get. He should be dead here. Flame break. He's dead. Buddha restoration did a lot of work there, but meanwhile, no one's gonna TP out mid in front of Ake. And they're pushing now. You have a Lone Druid Bear, you have Enigma Eidolons. This is very tough to stop this push, even with, you know, say Power Shot. It's just not easy to do.
Easiest Omni Slash of Juggernaut's life in mid. Now,
Pops up the
you
R
might,
button.
yeah, you might feel like you're safe because you like have all these wards around, but obviously you can't jump to them, so wasn't safe at all. So
Pretty
nice
simple.
pick off from him.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I don't think it's lagging. I think it's
No,
something
I
else.
think it's a Vega issue. It is a Vega issue. Unless they say lag, I'm pretty sure this is fine for them. 11-6 the score, a lot closer than maybe that first game. 5,000 net worth lead, maybe not so close. Alliance have the advantage currently. That could change though. There's a decent team fight. There's decent potential for Vega to get back into this game. However, Alliance are looking really good. The Midas for Loda having a really good time, getting really good entangle procs. He's up to 1,000 gold. He's farming the jungle pretty effectively as well. He has boots on his hero now, so that's really all that he needs. And
Pyket only has 29 CS, but he still has a Yules at 12 minutes, and it's because he's 5-1 and 3. Like really low CS, but tons of kills. So that's really, really good for him, obviously. Having a fast Yules, you can dodge out the Omni Slash, you can dodge out other stuns and whatnot. And it just makes your hero faster too. 390 movement speed's pretty damn good for a Zeus.
I think you really need his Yules as well, just to stay alive in general. And he needs levels worse than anything else, though. Like, otherwise, he kind of just he falls off later on into the game if you're not getting the levels that you desperately need. He's at level 9 currently, so he's right with the rest of the pack, but level 11 is what he wants to get to. Meanwhile, Vega are looking like they want to push mid here, or at least pressure it. But you're going to be fighting into Black Hole, you're fighting into Poison Nova if they rotate. There's also a wraparound gank from Pyket and Nikwa. They have Illusion scouting it out. Everyone else is on the low ground here for Vega, like all of the heroes, with the exception of bottom, which is they're going to find 9 pods. The last is going to go, and he doesn't want to split for this. He's actually going to die. Zeusol comes in, the Arc Lightning, the Lightning Bolt. Nice pick off. That's a big kill.
Yeah, super easy. They can keep doing that. They're in a fine spot. He's not even very close to his blink. Still 1,200 gold off. And the last, or not the last, but the Bruce Split's actually very, very important in this game. Like, it's a phenomenal hero. I really like it drafted in this game, but he just did not farm well in the bottom lane. Had too many problems with the Lone Druid and the Venomancer stifling this farm. An aggressive blink coming in from the Bat Rider. Obviously doesn't have lasso, but yeah. Obviously, Alliance in a much better spot this game than they were last game.
This is their game to control now, and as long as they keep farming, keep making the plays they're making, they should be okay. Still no blink for 9 pots. In fact, he's very far away. About 1,000 gold. He takes 1 lightning bolt. He is having some trouble. That does a lot of damage to him. So I think it comes down to no one, and more specifically, Tron on the Juggernaut at this point. Because 9 pots isn't doing much. Meanwhile, they're just making so much space for Alliance that, I mean, Loda's up to 2,000 gold already. And who knows what he goes for.
I mean, the most typical build I've seen for Lone Druid is still just the Maelstrom. But, I mean, if you're farming this well, why not get a Radiance? Like,
Yeah.
it's going to cancel the blink from when it does come out anyway, from the Dinda. They'll kind of counteract the Voodoo Restoration a little bit, and just annoy them, and it just gives good damage. I don't know, I'm always a fan of the Radiance build, if you can get it at a decent clip. We'll have to see what he wants to go for, though. Like I said, the Maelstrom is more quote-unquote standard for him. But
He
yeah.
could buy the Maelstrom now, I think, or he could save for that Radiance. I think he might save up for it.
Smoke
Actually-
into probably Roche. They could take this so fast.
Oh yeah, this is gonna die immediately. Do they have a medallion? No. I don't know if they need one though.
I don't think they do.
They throw up the rabbit for that'll help them enough. Rabbit and the battle cry.
Battlecry is
Actually
super
throwing.
good now too, by the way. The only bad thing about it is there's a really long cooldown, but it's much stronger now. Bonus 75 damage, bonus 10 armor.
Pretty
Roll
good.
2 in the bear. It's very, very good, but the cooldown's 60 seconds now.
The Roshan is not going to be an issue whatsoever. They'll take it, probably give it to Loda. Roche falls. They're waiting. They're taking their time. Hey,
Give it to
guys.
Pyket.
Hello. Okay. Give it to somebody anyway. I don't care who. Just give it to somebody.
Do you remember that one game in the DI4 qualifiers? I don't know if you remember seeing this, where like one of the Peruvian teams did Roshan and they just all ran away and left the Aegis.
Yeah, it was Ewo on Union, right? I remember that game. We were freaking out. We were at the... we were all there watching that game, I think, on the couch at BTS, and we were like, what are you doing? Hello?
Wait,
we were
what's
not
this?
happy.
Wait, was it the TI qualifiers? Because weren't they playing
I'm pretty
EG?
sure it was TI. I remember being there. It was like Union versus somebody. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Maybe it was at TI4 in general. Who knows?
I don't know. It was really funny, though.
If you're in chat, let us know on that one. I might be completely wrong.
I want to say it was like Zai that walked in and picked it up casually. That's why I'm like, wait,
Oh,
was it
yeah, that sounds right.
Was it TI qualifiers? Because
Who
EG obviously
knows?
didn't I don't know, whatever. But it was funny. That's all I remember.
They're going to fight here. This is going to be a breaking out fight. Pycat's going to get jumped on. The boulder toss is going to go. Tron's like, I want to ult him. Maybe I'll go on somebody else instead. Nikwa is the target. Boulder toss, magic missile. Are they going to fight into this? Mad doesn't have a blink dagger. They might just let Pycat die twice. It looks like that's going to be the case. Yule Scepter's going to keep him alive. He's dead. Zeus ult's going to go. He kind of wasted a lot there. Specifically, the Zeus ult was not necessary, I don't think, but that's right.
Okay, I thought that was the Panda's Yules. I was like, oh god, no, this is gonna buy so much time, but nope, it was the Zeus. Here comes Nikwa though, with the lasso. He wants to go on somebody. If he can bring them back quickly towards the Enigma.
He's doing so much better than last game, man.
Yeah, he is.
Blink Force. Wow, 17 minutes. He had Blink at 15 last game. No way he has a Force staff at 17 minutes last game. Just doesn't happen.
Blink coming out for the Wind Ranger, which is very, very good. Whenever you play this hero,
that was nice, but not nice enough apparently. Death Ward's gonna come out. Black Hole is available. Mad's actually gonna live. No, he's gonna die to Maledict, I think. We'll see. Yeah, there he goes. Arseek will die as well, but it's a trade 1-for-1, which. All right, I mean, Arseek dying is not a big deal. If no one dies, which he might, he's going to get last with that 4-step from Nikwa. Tron's going to Omni Slash, though. Is it going to bounce? Nikwa's about to fall. They need a right-click. They'll get it. They do lose no one in the process. Now the bear coming in seems like, whoop, time to get away. Peace out. But he's still probably going to fall. He has no mana to work with. Pycat actually ends up getting the double kill as he respawned from his death. That does provide the Jug of Mantis style, but still, these trades are always going in favor of Alliance, it seems like.
Yep, and it is going to be Radiance here for Loda. I like this a lot. And he will have that. He's already got the Relic and 800 gold, so he'll have that very, very shortly. About 20-minute mark. Stomp does miss onto Ake. There is an Invis rune up onto the the Brewmaster. Looks like he's going to go for a Midas, I think. Or wait, no, it might be just Shreds. After the Blink Dagger. Has split up in 15, but yeah, these fights are definitely going in favor of Alliance. Bat Rider does die, unfortunately, but the damage output is easily there. The push potential is easily there. And, yeah.
Getting into an interesting game. Oh god. Radiance is going to be so soon for Loda, and that's just going to be so nice to have. They'll be able to push in, fight a bit more. He'll just farm so much faster across the map as well. Braun is trying to do what he can with his Mantis illusion, sending him up top. And this is actually pretty good. They are splitting up the map pretty well for him. No one hasn't had the impact I think they wanted. He has a Blink Dagger now. He maybe gets an Ags next, or he could go Mjolnir. All right, well, bottom lane. Bad, pushing in. Has a Ghost Scepter already.
Oh,
That's nice.
Mid. Really nice shackle onto Ake.
Wow.
Misses, not all there. And with some nice procs of the Maelstrom, easy pick off there for no one. Very nicely done.
They had vision through this Observer Ward on the other side of the high ground, on the other high ground across the river. I'm not crazy. There's a pool of blood that's like green, right? That's Venomancer's body. Hold on. That one right there. All right, never mind.
I can't
Just don't worry about it. I'm crazy. Nikwa is going to get caught out. Shackle Shot is going to last to the tree.
What?
Cash flies through as well. That Shackle Shot angle, though. Clap goes in. Nikwa's going to fall. Probably. Doesn't use his lasso. And wastes a bit of time. Does a bit of damage to his Firefly and Flame Break. But they're getting kills now. They're starting to turn this game around a little bit. You know, one kill at a time. They actually get the Midas on the Brewmaster as well. He wants to be involved later on in this game, and one way to do that is to go for the Midas. The offlane Brew Midas is very common, honestly.
I like this a lot. Because if you look at Alliance's lineup, it's really scary in team fights, but I actually think the late game edge definitely goes to Vega. Just because of, even though you have potentially 12 slots onto the Bear, Venge is very, very good in team fights later on. Juggernaut just does so much with items later on. So does Wind Ranger. People forget this hero is so damn strong with some Aghanim's buffs to your ultimate that she actually does more damage than almost any carry can when she gets, even just like, watch, I think she's going to go for an Ag Scepter right now. I think that's a point booster on the ground. I can't click it. Yeah.
This is the build that no one usually goes for.
Oh, actually, Yule's on to...
Are they going to go on him? Gale's going to... I think they want to bait this. They force him out. Oh,
he was actually going to be fine.
What? Who? That was Nikwa. I think he was trying to force him to them. What? That was weird.
That was weird.
He didn't need a split.
Well, he didn't. I mean, how could you possibly think that someone would force
I know.
the other team?
No, they're totally going to force me. It's going to be fine, all right?
Yeah. Guys, they're gonna force me. Don't worry.
Next level plays coming up from 9 Posh. I guess Spews, so they have some time to work with here for Alliance. Usel's gonna go just to scout things out. They see that no one's mid lane, but anyways, you were talking about the build coming up from no one. You're absolutely right. I've seen him do work on this hero with the Aghanim Scepter. It's disgusting how much damage you could do.
It's so much damage, man. Like it's really, really gross.
And they always pair with a Drow Ranger too, which is like the even grosser part. It's like so much damage.
Yeah, it's really good for just pushing too. Like, Focus Fire is a very underrated ability, especially once you get the Ags up.
They might try to defend this mid. They're at least going to try to stop the pressure. They get the tier 2 tower bottom. This trade is not worth it for Vega. They'll Focus Fire. He's not even going to get the tower. He'll blink away. He'll stay alive, but they want to fight off the back end of this. Lightning Bolt's going to go. They're trying to look for a ward or try to find some hero to pick off. They can't find anybody, but they defend their 2-1 tower, and is it in denial range? Absolutely. So a lot of time wasted. They get the tier 2 tower bottom, and Vega can't even get the tier 1 trade mid. In fact, they might actually just take the tier 2 mid if they're not careful. Tron is pushing into the top tier 2, which is fine. No glyph used, no glyph available. But he maybe needs to come back home and try to defend this. Shackle Shot's going to go. It does latch onto the barrier and an Eidolon. Might fall. It's getting low. Power Shot's going to go. It stays alive with about 130 HP. We'll take the tower hit. Actually, he's going to fall to the tower. He has to resummon it, so
this is fine
does
for
take
Vega,
the tier
man.
2.
This is fine. They just got a free tower for nothing up top. While they might lose the tier 2 in mid, it's taking them not only 5 heroes from Alliance, but a shitload of time. Like, they're wasting a lot of time doing this. They're waiting for the cooldown for the Panda, which is now coming up. He just needs to go get mana. He's getting some free farm bottom too, so... Oh, and they actually use a Zeus ult right there too. Oh, there's the lasso.
I don't know about that fight for Vega. There's no reason to swap there. He's going to die for this. They should have just let him die. So now that you actually have an opportunity to go high ground here if you're Alliance because of a missed opportunity with Vega. They'll mech up. The tier 3 tower now getting assaulted. No one is... He wants to fight. Shackle Shot's not going to latch, so that won't do much. The Bear might just take the tier 3 on his own. Power Shot's going to keep going. Lasso is on cooldown, and you do have Bruce Split available. You also have Omnisci, so... What turns into a free, it's a free tier 2 tower top, and maybe, okay, you lose your tier 2 tower mid, that's fine, but turns into 2 kills that probably shouldn't have happened in the first place.
The swap, it needs to happen either instantly or not at all.
Yes.
And it's very difficult with a level 1 swap. If he's level 11, I'm pretty sure he saves both. Well, he definitely saves the who died first there.
The Witch Doctor, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely saves him if he's level 11 there.
Yeah.
Might even get out himself too. But you have to be very careful with level 1 swap. It's very low range, very small range. Yeah, like I said, if you're not super fast with it, it needs to happen right away or not at all. So.
Difference Maker's going to come pretty soon. No one's going to have his Aghanim Scepter. The Scepter cooldown for an Aghanim Scepter Focus Fire is 15 seconds. So pretty much twice a fight, you can switch between 2 heroes and obliterate them within the span of seconds. Fire like a machine gun. The damage you deal is absurd. The damage reduction with level 2 ult is 15%. If you get to that level 3 ultimate, God forbid, you actually have no damage reduction on your ultimate, and you fire at a crazy speed. You can get there. That's the trade-off, though. Yes, it's quota.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said. I've seen so many times with Lone Druid against Windrunner that if the Windrunner just gets a nice shackle onto the bear and the hero, it's just over from there. But the last fight, if you saw, Loda was keeping his positioning very, very nicely, just away from the bear, making sure that he does not get double shackled by that. So he's actually put the Radiance on himself.
Oh, they see Nine Posh. They ulted. He's in Viz. He's got to fight. Black Hole going on to Tron. What a big target. Caskey's going to go, but he's already dead. Now you have to back away from your Vega. And Nine Posh thought about splitting. Good thing he didn't. Meanwhile, oh no, Neek was chasing after Arzeek. This is turning into disaster for Vega. And Alliance are running over them at this point. They'll flame break him back. He's going to get right-click down. Lightning Bolt will secure the kill. Pycat's dominating. No one is being a little bit greedy, farming for his Aghanim Scepter, but has to back away. They lose 3 heroes in the process. That Zeus ult catching out Nine Posh, who was in Viz. Really good scouting ult coming out from Pycat. And they take the tower, or rather the Roshan as well.
Did they know he was in Viz?
I don't think so. He had it for a long time.
That's just a fast reaction from Nikwa.
Scouting ult, yeah. Yeah, I think so. You're right. Yeah, don't.
That's going to be an easy Roshan. Level 16 now for Lone Druid, so that means his ulti form is even stronger. That means his battle cry is even stronger. Like I said, 100 extra damage for both him and the bear, and the 15 armor, which is actually really important against Venge. And again, that comes... I actually think maybe Venge saves him there if he's level 11 as well. Like, the range is just so crappy. He's so close to level 11, and no swap. Like, the swap wasn't coming out. They used both lasso and a solo black hole right after the lasso onto one hero. If he swaps him out, gets him the safety, gets an ultimate off, and then the panda comes in with a split, I think they maybe turn that. But just because the swap isn't there and they're not able to save their carries as a result, this is what happens. And Alliance take a big win out of it.
Yeah, and they finally prioritized the level 11. Arzeek does have it now. They went out to a jungle camp. They cleared it for him. He got level 11, and they also do have Aghanims now coming up for the Wind Ranger. So you have 150 damage that is not going to be reduced at all when you're using your Focus Fire in about one level. So for Vega, this is about maybe as good as it's going to get. You can really dish out the damage if you're careful. But, I mean, you look at Dota, he's going to be reducing a lot of that right-click because he has a Vlad's. He's also getting his AC. Meanwhile, they're going to catch out 9 Posh. I don't know what he's doing there, but he's going to get entangled. And they even Zeus ult for it, which I don't think was a bit late. So they will just get some vision onto Arzeek and Tron. They know that they're heading up to the top lane at this point. They're all going to rotate mid and top. And Alliance, they're going to continue on the warpath here.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there either. Maybe just to push out the lanes as best as he can so that makes it an easier opportunity for the other heroes on his team to find ganks, but he's been caught out a lot this game, I will say, and it's obviously hurting him in his item progression. It's not been terrible. He's going to go for an Ags now, which is kind of interesting to me, but yeah, he's been dying a lot, unfortunately. Drunken Haze is very important for the Spirit Bear when they try to defend pushes. He will be up in 10 seconds. They do have a glyph. I think they need to pop it like now, though.
Focus Fire is going to go. Does a lot of damage. They use him up in the air, though, and tower should fall.
No glyph?
They're not using it. I guess they're waiting for Rax. This bear is about to fall. He'll probably have to resummon it, although no one's very close to death. He has to go home and heal, but yeah. Have glyph now. The panda's back up and ready to go. They Drunken Haze the bear, so that'll be nice. Not really missing, though. That's kind of unfortunate. Magic Missile's going to fly. There's the Maledict Blade Fury. Blank Clap, split as well. They want to bring this bear down as quickly as possible. He doesn't have a resummon.
There's the swap.
The Cyclone finally coming. The lasso gets stopped because of the swap. The Brewling's getting right-click down. Looking for Nico. They can't get any kill on the side of Vega. Alliance are just withstanding this Brew ultimate, and they're really not in too bad a shape. They even Black Hole. No one getting caught out. No one if he goes down. That'll be a huge loss. He doesn't have buyback. Zeus ult goes. He's dead for 60 seconds, and now this should be a sure set of racks. Pycat looking to get another kill. 9 Posh and Sima gonna back away from him. The Lone Druid Bear about to fall yet again. Doesn't have a resummon for about 75 seconds. He might just need to send this thing home or something. I don't know. Glyph is gonna go. He might take off all of the items on the bear and actually just sends him away. Range Rax is gonna go down. Tron has Omni Slash. He's back in the fray. He wasn't there to begin with for whatever reason. Naylor Rax in some trouble. Still taking a lot of damage here. No Black Hole available. Swap out on demand. Just blinks away. They had no right click to cancel the Blink Dagger. Lightning Bolt onto Arzeek, and again, Alliance just withstanding the pressure from Vega. They're the ones putting on the pressure. Cask is gonna go. There's the Blink Clap. Death Ward finally going as well. Loda taking literally no damage. Ake's gonna right-click down Sima. He doesn't seem to care. I mean, this ult is not doing anything. It is doing nothing. There's too much armor for Alliance. They are not taking any damage. The armor is ridiculous. The Lone Druid, with his bear nearby, has like 35 armor. So Death Ward does nothing. They take a set of racks, and after that long fray, if you'll call it that, Vega don't get really any kills, and Alliance get a set of racks.
Yeah, and the really unfortunate thing too at the beginning of that first engagement was, I believe Jug was out of mana for his Omni Slash, and so they actually didn't even have that available to use. So he still has it up if they really wanted to try to do something right now, but they still have the Aegis on Pycat, which I think is going to go away soon. But that's the biggest thing. Like, if you're not able to cast these ultimates, then you're gonna have a problem because you're already down a significant amount of net worth. You have to rely on these big spells to actually get something done for your team. It finally was a good swap from the Venge, but I want to say that he was up in the air for a long time and they just couldn't find. Like, I think it was maybe either self fuels first and then something else after that. But either way, they weren't able to get like a quick kill onto him after that. And then as we saw, a solo black hole onto the onto the Wind Ranger was very, very effective. I think she was
Here we
master
go.
picking. Here we go, master.
We're gonna fight. Split's gonna go. Ghost Scepter coming out onto Mad. He's still alive. Lightning Bolt's gonna go through. Cask bouncing. They're gonna get this entry frag onto the Enigma, but that doesn't matter necessarily.
Oh,
Omnislash
God.
bounces to the Eidolons. What a disaster for Tron. He's about to die to the right click. Lasso comes into the backside from Nequa onto no one. That's a huge kill, but the swap will rather, it doesn't do anything with that Batrider Lasso. But meanwhile, Loda's still being a force to reckon with. Nightpash can't even do anything. His split's done. No one has to back away. His focus fire is up. Shackle shot goes and kind of a weird way. Doesn't really do anything. Nequa's gonna get that kill. Podcat right-clicking down Nightpash. Entangle maybe coming up from Loda if he's lucky onto Tron. Tron's pretty speedy with his Mask of Madness. There's the Flame Break to push him back. They don't even need the Entangle. They get the kill regardless. And no buyback for Tron. No Omnislash when he does get back up. And this should probably be another set of racks. And maybe the game here for Alliance.
No Panda Split for a whole minute. And like I said, they desperately need that. Even if Jug blows up with the buyback, he doesn't have Omnislash. That was a pretty unfortunate Omnislash for him going. Oh, there's finally that Bear Shackle I was talking about, but it doesn't matter.
They force
Very
him
nice
out,
ultimate
man.
From Ake.
Yeah. They force out that that bear from taking into the focus fire damage. Alliance's positioning has been sublime this game. Because of this, they'll get another set of racks. And again, the game's probably over. Yeah.
Loda's just way too big.
Yep.
And even with a nice shackle shot, like you were mentioning, with extra armor coming out from him from the flats, and if he casts the battle cry, it's just too tanky. Big ultimate coming out.
Equal gets the lasso off. No one's gonna fall here. He will not have buyback. No, he's dead for 60 seconds. Seaman's gonna fall. Gale's gonna hit. He'll go down. Noah just got enough money to buy back now. He respawns. He's back into the fray. Nice shackle shot onto Matt again, but I think there's another bear available for load if he needs it. Absolutely is. Matt was looking for a hole. He almost had it too. BKB popped. Tron is trying to fight. They're thinking about throwing the hole down. Tron is getting low. Shackle shot not gonna lag. Load is still alive. Blink forward. And they will kill. Oh, that big double hole from Matt to finish the game off. And they call GG right after. They know when they've been beaten. And Alliance beat Vega down in this second game. First game, it took them a lot of energy and Vega came out on top. But the second game, Alliance run over for Vega. And a very strong series. 2-game series not completed. 1 game apiece.
And I don't even think this really came down, or did come down to the draft. I don't think it was like Alliance totally out-drafted them. In fact, I thought that the draft from Vega was pretty good. Like I mentioned, the first 3 picks I thought were phenomenal. Like the Jug, Venge, seemed great on paper. Brewmaster, had he gone mid, maybe a little bit more impact. That's not to say Wind Ranger didn't do well mid. I think no one still played fine with some really nice shackle shots, but they just got outplayed. Like bottom lane, the laning phase was really nice from Alliance. It was a nice decision to bring them those 2 heroes bottom. The Brewmaster got nothing in the first, 10 minutes of the game. The Juggernaut just didn't seem to be that effective as he wanted him to be, but Alliance, I think they just outplayed them. I think that Lone Druid just got way too much farm, really nice entangles, and much better play for this game from Nequa, I must say. You were mentioning how he should have had an easier start last game with a first blood double kill, but this game didn't have that, and still had a much better timing on his Blink Force staff, which really came into fruition in the mid game. So nicely played from Nequa, and then just a nice bounce back victory from Alliance.
And I think the real story is maybe Loda just getting that much farm in the bottom lane and proceeding to roll over people. Give him 628, getting that early Midas, and then transitioning that into a Radiance, and he beat. So Alliance will take the victory, guys. Again, love that you guys are joining us here on DotaPit. My name is Mont. With me today, our production manager, Pitmunkle. You can check him out at Pitmunkle. Of course, Trough the co-caster at TroughDota. You can check me out at MontDota. Check DotaPit out at DotaPit. And Twitter.com/DotaPit, DotaPit.com for more information on the tournament. Check out the Twitch Season Pass, a one-time purchase that'll get you, same thing as pretty much a subscription, plus it'll also have money that goes to the prize pool. It'll help us out here at High Ground, giving you some more production value, Twitter priority as well. So, guys, make sure you check that out. Again, $6.99 in the store, or rather at Twitch. That being said, we'll take a break. We'll jump into our second series, which is going to be Team Empire versus Virtus Pro, excuse me.